Chapter 3, Five-Toed Trail. Right away, we begin unpacking. Soon, our new apartment is a big mess. Boxes are everywhere, some are open with our things spilling out. Others are still taped shut. A pile of crumpled newspaper is growing in one corner as Bape unwraps what we have shipped from India. "Aha!" he cries. He pulls a wooden-framed portrait from a box. "The family!" He acts like he has found buried treasure. And, in a way, he has, because Ma and Bape and I are Parsis, believers in a very ancient religion. We are close to our family, all our family, generations and generations of our family. In Bombay, their portraits covered the walls of our home. Now I watch Bape unwrap single portraits, dual portraits, portraits of people at weddings and navjots. Out come my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents on their wedding day. Grandmother is wearing a silk sari. Grandfather has on a fetna. Next comes a yellowing portrait of long-ago cousins, followed by my grand-uncle as a child wearing a white suit. Finally, a group of women I do not recognize comes out of the box. Bape places each of the portraits carefully on the floor. "It is too bad Rupa is not here," I say. "Rupa could help you hang the family." Bape flattens the now empty box. "We do not need Rupa," he says. "We can get along by ourselves." I am not so sure. Rupa was our servant back in Bombay. She helped us bring up the milk bottles in the morning and clean the dishes in the afternoon. She served our meals and answered our telephone and washed our dirty clothes. I sigh. Rupa helped make our apartment a home. By the doorway of my new bedroom, I see a stack of boxes marked Lowji. "Ma," I say, "I'm feeling sick." Ma lays a cool hand on my forehead. "You are not feverish," she says. "Where does it hurt?" I point to my stomach. "It is feeling all tight and ticklish," I say, "and I am hot and a little dizzy. Could I have caught some rare American disease?" Ma's lips twitch. "You do not have a rare American disease," she said. "You are not sick." "I feel sick," I say. Ma puts her arm around my shoulders. "It is not easy to move." "It is easy for you," I say. "You have a good job at Ace Computers." "No, Lowji," she says. "It is not easy for me. I may have found a wonderful new job, but I miss Bombay. I miss the aunts and the uncles and cousins. I miss grandmother and grandfather. And I," Bape adds, "miss the restaurant Tanjore. Hamlet, Illinois, does not look like the kind of town that will be needing a gourmet chef." He pauses. His eyes start to twinkle, and, uh-oh, I know what is coming next. A joke. One of Bape's silly jokes. I brace myself. "Why are chefs hard to like?" he asks. "I don't know," Ma answers with a grin. "Why are chefs hard to like?" "Because they beat eggs, whip cream, and mash potatoes." Bape snorts and slaps his knee. Ma giggles. But I groan. I do not feel like joining in their joking. I do not feel full of fun. Ma puts her hand on my shoulder. "Come unpack your boxes, Lowji," she says. "It will make you feel more settled." I do not need to settle. What I need is a pet, a waggy dog or a purring cat. But I do not say this. Instead, I push the stack of boxes through the doorway and into my new bedroom. I open the top one and begin to pull things out of it. My old life is everywhere. It's like I'm an archaeologist on a dig. I can look in the box, and I can tell much about myself. I pull out my rock collection. This is a boy who likes science. I pull out my colored paper and drawing pencils. This is a boy who likes art. At the bottom of the box is a card my schoolmates gave me before I moved. Master Banerjee, my school teacher, pasted a photograph of the class inside it. This is a boy who used to have friends. I look at the photograph and see myself smiling in the front row. Next to me is Jamshed. He is smiling too. "Aha!" shouts Bape from the other room. "Underwear!" Ma sees me holding the photograph. Wait until school starts in September, she says. You'll make many friends in September. Her words do not make me feel better. September is at the end of a whole summer. What will I do for a whole summer with no kids and no pets? I wipe my eyes and look out my window. From here I can see a grassy field and, beyond that, a cluster of trees. Is this the woods? I have never spent time in the woods. Once we took the train all the way across India to Bengal. Along the way we visited a nature reserve on the Ganges River. There is a jungle there with tigers and monkeys, but no woods. I decide to take a closer look. I'm going outside, I tell my parents. That's the spirit, Lowji, says Bape. He waves a rolling pin he has just taken from a box. Do not wait for the world to come to you. Go to the world. Ma takes the rolling pin away from him. Do not go far, she says. Do not be gone long. I won't, I say. The woods are wild, and if I am very quiet, I can get close to squirrels and rabbits. I also see a skunkudio, a skunk, and even though there are no skunks in India, I know not to get close. I know to stay far, far away. Along a trickle of a creek, I find a set of footprints I think belong to a deer, but I do not see one. I also find another set of footprints, small footprints with 5 toes. A kid's footprints! I follow them up the muddy bank, around a patch of thorny bushes, and over a fallen log. In a thick patch of weeds, I lose sight of the footprints. I look around and, yes, I find them again in an open spot between 2 tall fir trees. But how strange! The footprints are suddenly replaced by a set of handprints. Do kids in America walk on their hands? I do not think so, but wait, just as suddenly as the handprints are gone, and the footprints are back. I smile and let the footprints lead me under a tall tree with branches that droop to the ground. I let them lead me over a small stone fence. I let them lead me nowhere. The footprints are gone. I search for them everywhere. I search for a very long time, but all I find is nothing. I feel frustrated and disappointed, but most of all, I feel curious. Very, very curious.